What do both ser and a star mean, Amani? To be. So the issue is we have to figure out the difference between them. You did a little exit ticket on this last Friday. If you haven't done that yet, you should. And you're going to have another practice on it tomorrow. So let's go through and help me out. What's the difference? So when would I use the verb ser or a form of it like soy, eres, es, somos, or son? Colin? Did you want to answer, Colin?
No, you didn't. Okay. Griffin, what are you doing?
All right. Zoe, go ahead.
Isn't it location and feelings and then permanent?
Yes. Okay. So which one goes with ser? Only one of those three goes with ser.
Permanent.
Thank you. Okay. So permanent things. Let me give you some examples, right? I am Mrs. Silverlake. I am from Indianapolis. I am kind of short. I am, let's see, I'm a teacher. All of those things are pretty permanent things. All right. So I would use ser or a form of ser. Then there's one other special case that I would also use there that's not really permanent. Anybody looking at your notes? Do you remember what I'm talking about? Annika. Time. Good. Time and date. So like if I look at my watch and I'm like, oh, son las dos y diez, right? I would also use there, even though that is not permanent. So I think of permanent things and I think of time and date. All right, now let's go on to a star, which Zoe basically already said, but I'll give somebody else a point if you want to repeat it. How about somebody online I haven't heard from yet? When would I use a star? Hold on, let me see if I can get somebody here. A star, how about Malcolm or Sky or John?
What was the question?
The question is, when would I use a star?
Like, isn't it like a feeling or location?
Perfect, thanks, Sky. Absolutely, how you feeling, where you are, always use the verb a star, right? So feeling and location, perfect. All right, that's really all I wanted to review with you. Does everybody feel like you kind of see a difference there? All right, because tomorrow, like I said, when you're not live with me, you're going to have a little look at that. All right, why don't you put those to the side and let's talk about those numeros. So switch it up, grab your numbers. Hey, if you need your notes, grab them. Pull them up. I think I actually linked that into today's assignment. So if you need to look at it under current lesson, I think it's there under number 2. All right, so I would like to do a little numbers together, and then I'm going to give you something to practice on. So let's go through 0 to 20 together. So those of you in class have to make sure you say it so we can go through it. And those of you online, you're just saying it out loud even though I can't hear you. So starting with 0, what do we have, clase? Well, no, starting with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, good, 19, 20. All right, let's go by tens. I'm going to have you repeat on this time, all right? So repitan 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, so then we go 200. Well, how do we say 2? Dos, so how do we say 200? 200. Repitan, 200. All right, now you work it out. What's 300? 300. 400. 400. All right, the next one's hard. Okay, repitan, 500. All right, now the 600 you got. What's 600? 600. All right, I'll help you with 700. 700. 800 you got. What is it? 800. 900, be careful on. It's not nueve, it's nove, so now it's all right. 900, and how do we say 1,000? Mil. All right, and then you just keep going. If I want to say 10,000, well, how do you say 10? 10, and how do you say 1,000? Mil. 10 mil. All right, and then you can keep going all the way up to the millones, which we won't, but you could. All right, so on Friday, just giving you a little heads up, I envision a quiz. I envision some Sarah and a star. I envision some numbers and one other thing. But for now, let's practice our numbers. So if you go to your current lesson, if you're not there, you need to go there for the link. So head to your current lesson. And I think it's right under the numbers one. There's a little link to study Spanish. And so you're going to click on that. And I'm going to give you probably more than 5 minutes, but less than 10 to complete that activity. So again, it's under number 2 on your current lesson. It says numeros, and then I gave you the document with the numbers. And then underneath that, it says studyspanish.com. Do you see that? Salud. Do you see that? Does everybody see that? Okay, so click the link. And you will have some kind of straightforward, like, ones to do. Then you have to choose the correct translation. So most of them are just have to do with the numbers. There are a few that like you have to agree in number and gender. So watch that. And then there's 10 that you have to write out. All right. So make sure you do those. You do not have to do the suggested writing activity. All right. So once you're done with those, you submit your answers and it will tell you how you did. And if you missed something, then I want you to go back and look at it and figure out what you did. Okay? All right, so get to it. Like I said, I will give you more than 5 minutes how things went for you last year. So if it's new, then make sure you're focused, all right? So what I would like you to do, if you have this paper in front of you, I want you to flip it over to the back. Okay, let the computer go for a second. Flip it over to the back. If you have it in front of you, just so you have a blank place to write. All right, before we do a new verb tense, I want to make sure you are 100% solid on el presente. So I would like to give you a quick verb. It is going to be hablar. And I would like you to jot down the 5 forms of hablar in the past tense, in the present tense on your paper. So like, I speak, you speak, he speaks, we speak, and they speak, all right? So I would like you to quickly jot those down. If you're at home, grab a piece of paper or flip over that paper and very quickly jot down your regular AR verb ending. So this is just present tense. Most recently, we've been making these reflexive. There's nothing reflexive here, so there's no say on the end. I just want to know I speak, you speak, he speaks. All right, so see if you can jot those down. We've been working on these all year. Hopefully this is super easy for you because we're about to do something different. And I want to make sure you're still good with this.
You're going to pass them from the sun, right?
Yes. Yes. So don't look at that yet. All right. I think if I use my document camera, you can see it
Good
here.
afternoon, North Central. This is Ms. Walton with your afternoon question.
Okay. Keep writing down your endings.
If you ride bus 103, today you will ride bus 21, slot 30 on the west side. Again, 103 students will ride.
Hasta, o, amos, aro. All right, that's what we need to learn this week. All right, you're gonna have to practice on that tomorrow. I have to show you one more thing in our last minute or two of class, and that is remind you how to do accents. I showed you this last week with a star, but I want to just make sure you're there. So if you've got your computer, just open it up real quick. I just want to make sure you remember how to do it. Open it all the way up so it forms like a tablet, right? Open it all the way up, should form a tablet, because you're going to need an accent there and there. So now, once it's opened up, you have this tablet. If you push down, like hold the E button down, you should have the option to do E with an accent on your keyboard. Okay, is everybody trying it? Yeah. Is it working? You might have to like pretend like you're gonna type, like push it so that it thinks you're gonna type something, and then the keyboard will pop up. Does it pop up? No? Is it working? Who's got it? Good, good. All right, if you're good, you can put your stuff away. If you're not good, I wanna help you. All right, and online friends, if you're good, then tomorrow you'll have some practice to do on this. So make sure you include your accent. All right, if you're not good, you can stay for a minute, I'll help you. All right, real quick, does that not work for anybody? You good? Alex, is it good? I know I do. Usually just hold it so. Like, see, like what if somebody was gonna say? Huh. I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay, let me know. Think we can work it out? Okay. If that ever doesn't work, you can always cut and paste it, like tomorrow, I'll give you the option to cut and paste it. If you can't work it out, you will have options, but you do have to, for it to be counted right, okay? All right, so, just kind of